Just a reminder, I have a special gift that is available between now and the end of the month. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that at the end of the transmission for today. So make sure you stay to the end so you can get your free gift. So today I am having a soapbox day, and I want to share about healing work and money. So this is a great game that a lot of us play with understanding how valuable and important healing work is, both receiving healing work and as somebody who offers deep healing work that makes large transformations and impacts in the lives of individuals. There's a frame that's really common from people that because this work is so important, we shouldn't charge for it, or it shouldn't be expensive, or shouldn't cost money. And I haven't always been confused by this. I have been in this camp before. This is part of walking around the circle and knowing where you are in the circle, and not having judgment of those who are across from the circle from you, doing something different than the way you might do it. So there was a long period in my life where I had a lot of judgment around that. And honestly, that judgment was less about really the ethics of doing it, and the judgment of others who are or were charging for their services was more about my that I wanted to do that too. And I was scared to do it. I was scared to go forward with my work. I was scared to offer my work in the world. I was scared to stand still in my requirements for exchange for my services. And so I made it about the money and it being unethical to be doing what they're doing than what it was really about, which was my own fear of stepping into my path and my purpose, right? On the other side of this, another layer is, well, you should get paid for your time. I mean, most other professions, you get paid for your work, right? There are very few things or professions that people do where they don't get paid. And actually, some of those are also some of the most important things, and they're also undervalued, like parenting, like elder care, like childcare. Some of the most valuable, most important jobs or roles that serve the wholeness of the community are severely undervalued. And so we don't get out of that by trying to take the money out of it. We get out of that by showing up in honoring the value that it brings, right? So we're doing this with healing work too. And many of you here with me are on this journey as well, where you've been offering your work in the world. You are already working with a successful six-figure business, and you're growing your capacity, and you're feeling good because it's like, wow, you're offering this thing that you love to do, that you're good at, that feels like it's contributing to the better of the community. And it's also helping you grow as an individual and earn income so that our income can be dispersed with loving people who care about the community, and not just one-sided viewpoint of money being bad, or only people that are selfish have real money, right? We're kind of equalizing money again by bringing the spirituality back into business, right? So then the next layer is, but it shouldn't be so much. So I've worked with a lot of different practitioners, and I've also seen a lot of different practitioners. And sometimes there's still a frame of like, gosh, like that's cool that they can make a living doing that, or that they charge that much, but doesn't that seem a little bit excessive? So that's another mindset piece that I kind of want to pop today, which is you get to charge what you want. You can make it as small and accessible as you want, or as large and specialized as you want. And I'm going to compare the healing industry to food, in that just because a practitioner does charge a lot, or what you might view as a lot, because we're all at different income levels. So a lot to one person isn't a lot to some people, and vice versa. Right. So if they're charging a lot, it doesn't mean that they're actually excluding the ability for other people to receive healing, because there's going to be other people that are charging an amount that's more appropriate. Just like if you were to look at a fine dining restaurant that charges a high price for plates and, has this whole specific exquisite experience, and they have a higher price for it, doesn't mean that they're depriving other people of eating. If you're not at the income level where that is reasonable for you, then you're going to go to a restaurant where it's reasonable for you, and you're still going to enjoy your experience, and you're still going to get something out of it, right? And you're not starving. So just because a practitioner charges a lot doesn't mean they're depriving people of healing, right? And as practitioners, it's our job to be the guides for others and to help walk them down the path, but not to actually do the work for them. Right? So part of it is it's an agreement, and it requires that the client also shows up with a commitment to taking action towards what it is that they want to see changed in their lives, So I'm just putting it out there, as many of us struggle with the constant piece around earning income. Can I even earn income as a healer? And then the layer of, like, is it bad if I do that? And then undoubtedly, you'll also go through a layer where you do claim a higher exchange rate for your services, and then you're not totally comfortable with it yet. So you'll get attacked by people that are telling you you're bad for doing that, or you're selling out, or whatever the story is. And that's the place, that's the hot spots. That's the place where you can remember that judgment coming from them, again, is more about them and how they feel about themselves and where they're at with things than it is about you and what you should or shouldn't be doing, or what you're doing right or wrong. They're going to project it that way and make it look that way, but that's not what it's actually about for them. And they might not know that, right? And then from there, giving yourself permission to charge what you feel is filling you. So again, you get to work with what you want here. You don't have to go to some extreme level, right? If you're used to charging for hour sessions at $100 a session, you don't need to go and flip the script and be charging $1,000 a session overnight if you don't want to. This is more about, what feels good to you. And so the measure for me is a few different things. There's the what I need in my life, like what is the bottom line number? I am running a business, and I do have bills like every other human, right? Regardless of how much I've worked on my healing art skills, right? And regardless of how powerful I am, regardless of all of these things, I still am operating in the human system. I came here to be human, not to not be human, right? So there's a one piece with just the bottom line and running a business, and what do you need to survive and then also to thrive. And the more you thrive, the better work you'll have, the better work you'll offer, the better you'll be able to help people through the deepest, roughest places, right? So that is one stage of the money equation. And then the other is checking in with how you're feeling. If you are excited about what you're charging, and you're getting clients that you like working with, and you are excited to devote yourself to helping them through the transformation, great. You're in a really good spot. If you are finding yourself in the story or in the busy mind that's complaining about somebody who's reaching out too often, or getting something for free, or nagging you, or is unappreciative, or you're dreading doing the sessions with them, you're not charging enough. And so what I watch for is, at any point, if I start to feel a little bit of resentment in the work, that's a good sign to me that it's time to check in with where I'm at on my pricing and what it is that I'm offering. But ultimately, the moral of my rant here is this gets to be a journey for you. You get to charge what you want. You're not depriving anybody of somehow being healed and whole by being specific about what you need, right? They're going to be on their own journey and they will find somebody who is a better fit for them. It's not your job to fix everybody. It's not your job to fix anybody, right? Yeah, so taking some time to sit with that, and also taking some time to maybe soften yourself as well when we are observing somebody else who is charging a lot, keeping in mind all of this whole frame of the story, right? And one, you don't have to be like them. Two, you don't have to judge them either. And this is all part of the bigger picture, which is lessening the gap between us, the divide between us, and coming closer together, which is the whole point of this healing journey and the whole point of this reintegration that we are in as a global community. So taking opportunities to notice when you are judging others, when you are feeling jealous or envious of others, and that's actually about something you need that you're not giving yourself, and not about them and what they're doing wrong. So that is what I have to share with you for today. As a reminder, I have a free gift for you this week, and it is available until New Year's Day, until January 1st. That is my Creating Authentic Ceremonies workshop. This is for practitioners or healers who want to offer online or in-person work and really want to feel authentic in what they're doing and learn how to offer ceremonies that are amazing and get big results, and stepping yourself forward and requiring an exchange for your work and charging for your services, and some really practical tools for putting that together, for getting in alignment with that, and for being able to frame it in a way that is desirable. So if that is for you, if you're doing ceremony work or you're doing healing work and you want to up your game, you want to challenge yourself to step into that next layer of receiving income for the work that you offer, for the fucking beautiful, spectacular work that you do, that you came here for, that will help other people grow and heal and be happy and joyful, right? So if you're interested in that, be sure to DM me, send me a message. You can comment on the link here as well, and let me know that you would like the free workshop, and I will get that over to you right away. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a happy new year, and see you.